So today I'm going to play around with my suspension settings, because on my last ride I sort of thought, am I going faster or is my suspension really stiff? And I compared how long it took me to do Bronzewing compared to one of the other videos where I rode Bronzewing, and it was a little bit quicker in some spots, but the rest was pretty slow. I mean, I say slow, compared to how it felt, it was slow, but it was about the same amount of time it had taken me on other runs, or previous runs. So I thought, well, I must have set the bike up too stiff. Maybe I'm missing something, because I'd lowered the high-speed compression thinking, oh, fast chatter, that's pretty fast, right? High-speed compression probably affects that. So I thought, well, ask ChatGPT what it thinks. And it immediately said my PSI was probably too high and I should lower my low-speed compression, because small chatter is actually a slower movement of the stanchions compared to hitting big bumps, which makes sense. So I thought, okay, what settings does ChatGPT recommend for my particular suspension, what it's set at currently, and how it feels? And it said to lower the PSI in the fork and shock. Actually, it didn't say anything about the shock. It said the shock's PSI is probably fine, but I reckon it's not, because Norco's ride aligned probably knows better about balance between front and rear, and they probably know how their linkage works better than ChatGPT. So the bike is still set up the way it was last time, and I've got ChatGPT settings, and I'll do a run of the rough section of Windlass, see how that is, then change my PSI and open up my compressions and try it again, and of course adjust the rebound to the new PSI. We'll see what difference it makes. Alright, let's give this a go. So this is the firm Norco recommended settings. It definitely feels firm. Feeling pretty chattery already. Yep. Oh yeah. Oh. So yeah, that didn't feel great. Now, walk back up, change settings, and do it again. Let's see, firm is that way, so that's all the way open. That's all the way open. .34 millimeters, That's actually fine. How about the shock? Wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. It's possible I stuffed something up. Maybe I pushed on the fork too hard. But we'll set it at 90 psi and try again. It's already on 90. Maybe I had it set up correctly already. It also said to take a one of the 3 volume tokens out of the fork that I have. I would have done that, but I don't have the tool to take that top cap off. I could of course use a socket, but I'd like to not scratch up the top cap. Alright, this should be 200 psi. So this has actually gone down a bit. Forget that you're supposed to cycle the suspension a little bit. If you undo this back bit a little bit, just past the point where it started letting air through, and then you let the air out of the pump, it's way easier to take this off. Cycle that. Let's see now. Yep, that's pretty good. So we'll go 2 clicks faster. So that's already on 8. And then gotta take this cap off. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just looking at it, it looks about the same. So I think we should be good. This is lower pressure and compression's all the way open. I think, you know what, it's not that different. It definitely feels a bit bouncier, but I don't know if it feels any softer. Ugh. Feeling pretty chattery already. Yep, I think. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh yeah, it's definitely bouncier. And I'm not using too much of my travel. I think honestly we just try riding around on fully open for a little bit. I would do another run just to test with a bit of compression, but that wasn't really different enough for me to feel the need to do that. It's definitely softer and bouncier. But is it going to make a big difference on a really chattery trail like Bronzewing? That's what I want to know. I will say, pedaling up and sitting on the shock, it definitely feels softer, even with the climbing switch on. So I am noticing that quite a lot more than the trail standing performance. You know what I've noticed is an interesting phenomena when it comes to mountain biking. The second climb always seems to be easier. It's like a second wind state, even though you feel, you know, like it's still making you breathe harder, raising your heart rate. It doesn't feel as hard. Given it a little bit of compression on the front, so it's sort of in the setting that the AI recommends. Definitely feels quite bouncy, I'd say. I can hear my fork working a lot more. Definitely sounds pretty active. So it's not as harsh, that's for sure, but it's still moving around quite a bit. I do think it's better now though, because like that route didn't do a whole lot to me. I mean, I felt like I was using a lot more travel than that, but got plenty to go. I do think taking out a volume token will probably help make it a little bit plusher, but I do like this setup a bit more than the Norco recommended one, just because I'm not big on jumps and stuff, but I can always firm it up for jumps and flow trails, so that's not really too big a deal. That's the beauty of having knobs and stuff on your suspension. You can change the feel whenever you feel like. Alright, a little bit of green flow. Feels good, honestly. Doesn't feel weird or uncontrolled. Just feels smooth. It's probably the best word to use for it. Alright, this is wire. Let's see if I can do it a bit faster and a bit more interestingly. I would call that interesting. Take it nice and wide. Now, gotta go wide here as well. Oh, not so good, but I didn't stop. No, stuffed up the line. I didn't realize how much of a drop that is. I mean, the more I'm riding it, the better I feel on the bike. It's definitely quite soft, and to be honest, I might add a little bit more low speed compression. I realize that's like a major case right there, but just want to feel out how the bike responds to that kind of thing. And to be honest, it's quite good. Back on Windlass. The final trip down. That was not the best cornering. I think that bump's honestly just going to be rough no matter what. Well, that's definitely going on a Trail Forks report. Yeah.
Hey, how you going?
Hello.
What is it?
That wasn't there before.
No. Has that just happened?
Yeah, since
right.
last time I've ridden,
Yeah,
which
wow.
was like a week ago.
Oh,
again, terrible. I can't see. Take my little detour. So dusty. Ooh, loosen off camber. Scary. Oh, pedal strike. Ah! What good does a trail report do if you don't check it? Surely other people have reported this.